Robin Higgins, and this is What Effect Does Diffusion Have on Substances? Alright, so let's take a look at diffusion and see what effect it has. First, we have our container full of a liquid, and let's say we just add a bunch of sugar molecules. So I'll draw those here. And let's say we just add them out of a spoon. So they're all going to fall over here and eventually get to the bottom. Now, diffusion happens when we stir or we wait, and basically all of our solute particles are going to switch from being just over here on the left-hand side to completely spread out throughout our whole vessel. So after a while, our reaction, or our sugary water, is just going to look like this. And this is now completely diffused. So what effect does that have on our substances? Well, first and foremost, we've created something that's homogeneous, so that's going to behave a lot differently than something with different parts. If we had a clump of sugar and then some water, that's not really going to behave the same. It's not all going to taste sweet. It's not going to all have the same properties than if it's completely dissolved like this. Now we have one solution. And so it can kind of behave as its own new thing, different from sugar and water. And so sugar and water is not really that exciting, nothing really happens, but in chemistry, it's really important sometimes to have diffusion so that we can have a chemical reaction. So if we envisioned this as not just sugar, but some type of molecule that needed to react with water to form a new substance, you're not going to have much luck if it's all clumped over here. So diffusion is really important to happen, and so it'll all be spread out. So one of the things that chemists do is actually they run reactions in liquid, because liquid has a much higher rate of diffusion than solids. So if you imagine two solids just next to each other, there's not much overlap, there's not much touching. There's not a lot of a chance for this to react with this. But if you take a bunch of these guys and you put them into water or solution or whatever they both dissolve in, then at first, let's say, now we're adding our squares, or our triangles, it's easier to draw. At first there's no interaction, so there's no reaction yet. But over here you have a chance for a reaction to happen, because as they find each other, it's much more likely if something is diffused. I'm Robin Higgins, and this has been What Effect Does Diffusion Have on Substances?